Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Morning Gardener, and I have been resting. It is a beautiful day. Still been everywhere following coronavirus, and they had a show on television. Can't think of the famous news person's name, but he was on there scaring the absolute heck out of everybody. Um, and one thing I'm understanding is that you're getting a lot of misinformation, and you're getting some good information as well. Um, but they also have all these apps now that you can get that will give you a lot of great information. And I think I picked a good one. Um, the best using car. Okay, they got a number of cases reported different places. Baltimore City, I looked at that, was 24 cases reported here. Also, they had Baltimore County 28, Calvert 2. And then they got Cecil County one, they got Charles five, and Frederick one. It just basically that's how it does it, and it upgrades it very um, uh, each day or each hour. It keeps you up to date on everything. But that being said, it makes you glad that you grow food. It makes you happy that you grow food. And I am one of the people that started out very early this year. And it's a number of items that I have in the garden that are growing now as we speak. All grown naturally without any type of man-made chemicals. I am having a very successful year in the garden, and I'm happy about that. That part of it, I'm happy about. But these are going to be some trying times, absolutely some trying times. Um, and we are at a state of, I feel like standstill. We're not making any plans right now for summer and and fall and that sort of thing because of the uh, uh, situation that we find ourselves in right now. I am definitely trying to eat well, and that's a very important part of all of this as well. And with the garden coming online, it's going to allow me to not have to run out to the grocery stores and purchase items that are very difficult to find right now. Um, it's going to allow you to grow some food at home. So all in all, thank you very much for the thumbs up. Thank you. I am, I guess, a little tired today because I worked last night and it was it was very challenging, but I got through it. Oh, give me! Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Three thumbs up. I appreciate it. Good people. I appreciate it. Let's see. All the people that I come in contact with today was very upbeat and positive. But then again, some people are known for that because they have to. If they didn't laugh, they'd cry, so to speak. Um, be encouraged. Okay, will do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, yeah, yeah. That's a definitely be encouraged to keep on keeping on. Um, there is it's just a challenge. It's a serious challenge. I mean, it's a serious challenge. So I'm definitely keeping my mind focused on my plants and uh, because to see them growing, it gives me something to definitely look at each day and say, "Wow, this is really nice." Um, I did look at my 20 tomato plants yesterday, and I moved them from the, the small uh, uh, container into a larger container, uh, because you have to at a certain point, you, you have to separate the plants. Uh, and so that's how that works. That's how that works. So I'm definitely looking forward to definitely making everything work out. I'm pretty soon once this weather. I'm waiting really for a couple of things here. One, for this weather to really turn over and get warm. I'm looking at, let's see, weather in my location. We still keep diving uh, into the 30, well, 40s, and that's how that works. I'm just looking at the temperatures, folks. Don't run me at all. I'm just looking at the temperatures. I'm looking at today. The highs is 51, 39, and earlier than 30, 40, then 47, and it just until Tuesday, we start getting close to the 60 as a high for the day in this location, and also it dives back into 42 degrees, which is about the temperature of a refrigerator. But we slowly start inching out of it as we get near uh, Sunday. But the high is only still 60 degrees. Um, so that's what's going on. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So it's staying down into the temperatures there. Good afternoon, morning, God. Now I have these over the God, too hot. Okay. Well, at least you trying. You are definitely trying to get it done. Yeah, you're definitely trying to get done. Yeah, the room that I'm using is about 70 degrees, and I'm using a small electric heater and for that particular location. Um, remember when you start them, if you have a heat mat, to try to control the temperature of the heat mats because they really get hot. They really do. A lot of people think when they buy the heat mat, you just basically plug it in and you use it, and it's not the correct way to use it. They can get up to 110 degrees for some of the lower, the smaller ones, the less expensive ones can get up to even 110 degrees. It's too hot. Um, some people will fold up a towel and put on the heat mat first and then lay the sea tray on top of the towel and hopes to lower the temperature of the sea tray. And I can understand that because if you get something at 110 degrees, you need to bring that down depending on what you're growing. Like to pepper plants is like 85 degrees. If you're doing lettuce and Swiss chard or spinach, you want to bring it down to about 75 degrees. So I use a thermostat first time this year, using a thermostat, and it works a lot better than just putting them on the mat. Putting them on the mat, you can get some seeds to germinate, but if you ever start experiencing losing seeds and you don't have a clue why, Sometimes it could be your heat mat is just too hot. It's just too hot, and you won't know why. And if these plants living when you grow them, you don't know why. So when you start controlling um, the heat mat, you got something to work with. Excuse me, folks. Excuse me. I apologize. Mm. Let's see. Oh, okay. Backyard garden. Hello. That's what it means. Backyard garden. Hello. Oh, they didn't say hello to nobody else right away. All right. What did they? I said good afternoon, gardeners. Yes, he did. He said good morning, everyone. My apology. Let's see. I said I'm going to get some 5 gallon buckets from firehouse. Okay, up to mama and some tomatoes, and peppers, and drill some holes in the bottom. You can do the bottom or inch up from the side. Some people do an inch up from the side so they can keep a water reservoir in that bucket when it starts getting hot in the summer. Just an idea. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Love the hot heat and laundry. Okay, I got you. I got you. They love the hot heat in the laundry room. Yeah. Yeah, so everything is looking good. Everything looks good. Thank you for the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Watching from. Okay. Okay. Hello. How you doing? Mr. John. Mr. John. I'm just here, folks, trying to ride this thing out, and it's just wow, is it boring being in the house this long. I'm glad I found this channel. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I try to put on a show at least once or twice a day. It's been going up. I've been doing more shows since we all in the house. So you can look forward for that. And also, if you'd like to, you can subscribe. That way, once I go up online, you automatically get a notice and you can come in and join the show. Um, the things that I grew this year, are usually the ones I grow every year, with the exception of a couple new items, which is basically bell peppers that I consider to be high producers. So I'm doing that this year, and I raised, I did some collard greens all the way through um, the winter, and now coming into the spring. So I have collard greens now. In another few weeks, it'll be time to eat them because it's a small patch of them, small patch of them for my own personal use, and then I'm going to do the larger patches in the fall because I have people that are depending on it. But they will get some of my um, items from the garden that will help them, enjoy some fresh food. Okay. All right. And is there um, anything else that you've been doing with your gardens? Has anyone planted anything new or saved any seeds last year or anything that would add to the conversation, so to speak? This is really good. This is really good. All right. We're just kind of quiet here for right now. Someone might type something in, and if they feel like they have something to say. I am definitely working at night. I can feel it. All right, back y'all done. I have last year. Yeah, I didn't save mine either last year, but this year, oh, definitely. That was the saving season. I said I will try planting potatoes this week. Yeah, I would definitely get a bit of ground, depending on where you live. I don't know what zone you're in, but if you were here in Maryland or Baltimore, you would definitely start getting those potatoes in the ground because that's the key. And remember this one thing about potatoes: if you happen to be new at potatoes, they're heavy feeders. Oh, okay, you're in Maryland. Okay, great, great. Yeah, yeah, absolutely great. Um, yes, it's just important as long as your food. Yes, it is very important. Let's see, let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's see. Seeds you have from honey melons. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. I have from actually, honey melon. Okay, yeah, definitely good to save seeds. Baltimore to the Pacific. Okay, Baltimore. Okay. But I will say this: when you definitely get your seeds going and you plant everything up, I tell people because here in a lot of these gardens, you do have a lot of clay. I want you to be mindful of that. And remember, if you're going to amend this clay, um, you're going to have to do something with it. And there are a lot of some good information out there what to do when you have clay soil. Because clay soil has a tendency to not allow very much drainage. It does not allow a lot of drainage, and it tends to become like waterlogged. It also has a problem with not being able to allow for the sun, excuse me, not the oxygen to get into the soil. If the oxygen cannot get into the soil near or around the root base, you will have a problem with the plant. Some have problems such as low production, slow growing plants, um, because you just don't um, you just don't know. You just don't know, how your plants are going to do until actually get enough oxygen down at the roots. Some people use construction sand, and some use perlite, uh, uh, vermiculite, to make certain that they loosen up that soil to allow for air to get into to the root zone. When you see what your plants are capable of, when you allow air to get into that root zone, you will never go back to doing it the way you did it. You always know that if I keep adding this at different times, uh, the soil will loosen up. And then it gets to a point where you don't have to add anymore. And your roots are nice and loose, and you're just enjoying um, all of the most important thing, which is your produce. But they produce more. When the plant is healthy and growing properly, they produce more. If you look at your plant and you equate it with a pump, because it's basically what it is, um, you you can have it produce at its best if you give it what it needs. And it's very important that you give it a loose, loomy, very highly uh, uh, fertile soil. And that's what you want to do, folks. 'Cause a lot of these plants was, designed to definitely live in very fertile soil. The majority of them was like 90% of your plants will not grow very well in your native soil. It's just heavy in clay. They won't do well. They just won't do well. They'll do enough so you'll say, okay, this plant produced 5 tomatoes. Well, it might have been capable of producing 20 tomatoes, but because of your soil being very heavy, the plant will do the best it can in its particular environment. All right. Let's see. The soil in my backyard is see, hard. Okay, it's very hard. Yeah, you can loosen all that up with organic matter. Um, you can add compost to it. You can add cow manure to it. And also, if you have the money, the perlite is the way to go. And you add that into the soil and loosen the soil up, and your plants to do. Oh my God, so much better. You do so much better. Oh, okay, good people. That's what I'm gonna call it because it's getting around 4:15 p.m. And when should I start planting tomatoes um, at and peppers in wait a minute, what's that? What's this? I'm in Georgia. Okay, here's what you should do. You should go and Google and find out when your last frost date is, and you should plant these after the frost date, um, and then that way you're in a safe zone. If you had a thermometer or you have a one of those thermometer guns that you see all over the television nowadays, I use that, and once the temperature hits around 65 degrees, you can start putting those peppers and those tomatoes in the ground. Um, because at night you want to get a consistent temperature of at least 50 degrees at night, and then you want to start putting those type items out there. Because tomatoes and peppers really don't like a lot of cool weather. So you got to keep that in mind. All right, good people, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming by, stopping by my house, and saying hello. And I really do appreciate that. So this is the Morning Gardener, and I want to thank you for tuning in. And remember to have a good day, and remember to keep on growing. Thank you.